Oh my fucking god. Has that not been recording this the entire time? Do I have to We're an hour and a half into... Do I have to redo the whole thing? Oh my fuck, dude. One of my leg trackers is dead. Are you kidding me? Alright, well, here we go again. You know what? No, this is fine. It was just rehearsal. Yeah. That's what I'll tell myself. It's okay. This is fine. I'm gonna kill my... Anime and manga are fun. God, I love escapism. Personally, I love when a story has a lot of stakes and realism. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the whack-ass techniques. I love chi, chakra, cursed energy, whatever a story wants to throw at me. But I love a sense of realism in it as well. A good example of this is Jujustu Kaisen. The entire anime, thus far, has been probably the best I've ever watched. I just love seeing the stakes, and I love seeing actual consequences happen for people's actions. But something's missing lately. In the latter half of the manga, it just feels like it doesn't have its charm anymore. It feels so insanely rushed while at the same time so slowed down that nothing and everything's happening all at the same time. I don't feel like there's a story, I just feel like I'm watching fights happen. Which, don't get me wrong, is always nice, but you know, I'd prefer to watch a fight in anime instead of a manga, because then there's some more like fucking action. Whatever, dude, like, what do I fucking know about story? But what's missing? Why isn't JJK good anymore when it comes to the latter half of the manga after the culling games? Well, first, let's dive into why JJK was good. The characters. Let's take Maki, for instance. She's a good example. Her power is subpar. She's in fact weaker than Yuji. And her cursed energy doesn't exist. No cool techniques. She's just fucking there. And I respect that. Maki is the biggest underdog in the story, thus far. She has no genetic advantage until later. And she basically just kind of exists. She has no underlying objective other than to be strong without cursed energy. Once Maki does a late twin consumption, she rivals Toji in power. Afterwards she surpasses him, but beforehand she is just on par with, if not a tad weaker than Toji. But she is still on top. She matches people like Gojo and Sukuna in power. Let's not forget who we're fucking talking about. Gojo could put a hole through a building if he felt like it, and Sukuna took out Shibuya because he felt like it. Now, when it comes to what we're talking about today, there isn't anything special here. There are some key elements, but we'll get back to that. We're just here to talk about the characters. Character obviously makes a fantastic story. The stakes, the main character, the side character, the rivals, the villains, what they have in between, the relationships, all of that jazz. It's so cool. So then why isn't every anime good? I mean, take a look at this guy.
It's me, Goku!
Yeah. You know he'd be here. I mean, we all love Goku. It's fucking Goku. He's just a silly little guy. He attains a new power, he changes his hair, he shatters his limits, and he wins or loses all the time. However, there is a big problem in something like the Super manga. By the way, I'm about to spoiler the Super manga, but like, oh, that changes he changes his hair color, and the villain's a little different this time around, but like, who fucking cares? Spoilers, ooh. So why isn't Dragon Ball peak? Now you may think that, and that's totally okay, you can have a wrong opinion. I'm the funny YouTube man. My opinions aren't just better than yours, they are law. My massive problem with Dragon Ball is that nothing needs to fucking happen. Goku doesn't even have to be there if he doesn't feel like it, and everything's just all hunky-dory. For example, let's go back to probably the biggest stakes in the entire franchise. Namek. We all remember this, right? Goku breaks his limits further than he ever has before, embracing his Saiyan heritage and becoming the legendary Super Saiyan with a lowercase l, and completely dogwalks Frieza. This was the most iconic fight, if not just the fight of all time when it comes to Dragon Ball. So then, why does it matter? Why does Goku need to kill Frieza here? Well, it's because Frieza's kind of a threat, you know, he's about to detonate the planet, he's gonna kind of kill everyone, it's Space Hitler basically, you know, it's real spooky shit, we're all kind of scared. But it still doesn't really matter. Let's go back to Piccolo. This is a Namekian, this is Piccolo. With the Dragon Balls online, because that is why they went to Namek to bring Piccolo back, to bring the Dragon Balls back, there is no fucking threat. Frieza could more or less beat the shit out of Goku for an hour and win, and there's still no consequence. Goku could just fucking die, and they'll just res him like 10 minutes later. If anything, Goku dying here would benefit him because of Zenkai boost. Like, it does not matter what happens to Goku versus Frieza, even in the most iconic fight of probably all of anime. At this point, the biggest threat to Goku is avoiding a fourth fucking hole in his chest. There's no reason to win this fight, and there's no reason for me to fucking care. It's things like this that eliminate the stakes. There's no character development unless you're Vegeta, then your character regresses based on your clothing. But regardless, there's nothing in this show that I invest in. There isn't any stocks, I am selling high and buying low. Jumping back to JJK, look at characters like Junpei, Nobara, fucking Gojo. They all have depth. Despite their minimal or gigantic appearances, these characters all still have character. I feel like I like these people, and it's not just some drawing to me. I feel a connection. Junpei, I thought was gonna join the squad. I was really happy to see how he was gonna reform. But then something happens. They all fucking die. They're all gone. Junpei doesn't consent and gets touched by Mahito, completely eviscerating him and killing him on the spot in front of Yuji. Nobara suffers a similar fate by obtaining the cheese touch and having her face fucking explode. Even Satoru Gojo loses his 1v1 with Sukuna and becomes half the man he was. After Gojo's death, in fact, the entire story kind of starts to fall apart. But it's not death that makes a good show, or even a good character. In fact, I love slice of life anime, and the two biggest threats there are seeing if one of my favorite characters vibes well with the main character, or the common cold. Curses are fucking threatening, but they are not invincible. A good example of this is Mahito, who killed some of our favorite characters to be, or to not to be, by Nanami. Mahito eventually goes down in one of the most cathartic beatdowns of the entire anime, but he still takes people out with him. Nanami's just fucking dead, Yuji is scarred, and Junpei, well, he's just kind of forgotten, to be honest, but I still feel like he could have had something. But he's dead now, so you know, womp womp. But after Gojo dies and everyone jumps to Sukuna, one of the worst, I'm gonna guess, retcons happens in the entire series. Sukuna says, time to lock in. What the fuck are you talking about? Gojo was beating your ass for 5 chapters. Sukuna just sits up in his fucking gamer chair and has this ludicrous leap in strength, for no apparent reason. Now don't get me wrong, he is the strongest thing in Jujutsu history, so it only kind of makes sense for his character. He is supposed to be him and the strongest thing to ever exist. So you know what? You can have it, choke on it. The only fucking reason Sukuna isn't dead yet is because the writers for some reason want to keep going. Or they don't. It feels like both at this point. He uses binding vows just whenever the fuck he feels like it too. This isn't in the script. I'm just really fucking upset about it. He just does it and it has like no consequences, dude. What the fuck is going on? Ugh, I'm dying. This isn't the first time someone's just been powerful because they felt like it, since Yuji has just always been built like that, and we've just all kind of agreed with it. Going back to Maki again, she is the most justifiable offender out of everyone. Now remember, she was just kind of there. She had no fucking strength whatsoever and could not survive in this world. She needed glasses to see these curses, the stupid fuck, and yet somehow she's just Toji level. I'm okay with it because it's a heavenly restriction, but what happens after is what really pisses me off. She has to fight this Jujutsu sorcerer turned curse. Now the problem is, she's completely losing. She can barely withstand one hit and is already on her fucking knees. She needs time to recover after being hit once. We can all agree that it's not close. She can't fucking take this guy. But some dude out of literally bumfuck nowhere, where did these two come from, just comes in and traps Maki in a domain. Afterwards, he teaches her what she needs to know through the art of sumo, which is already the dumbest shit ever, but I'm just gonna let that go by because I need to get through the script. Maki then exits and becomes her. She apparently has the strength that surpasses Toji now and just completely dog walks this curse without ever utilizing really any other curse tools. She just kinda has a replica and beats the shit out of him. What changed? Where did this leap in strength come from? It doesn't make any sense. It feels like she's just stronger because the story needs her to be. And that's exactly what it is. It's the same thing with Sukuna, and it will soon be the same thing with Yuji. I fucking hate this guy. Maki just becomes all powerful and completely dog walks this curse. In fact, she even demonstrates a new thing with the domain rule, which I really like. I like the fact that she doesn't work the same way because she doesn't have any cursed energy. It's so cool. Love it. Not the point of the video though, she's still OP as fuck and can kill someone in their own domain expansion. Toji did the same thing though, so you know what? It works. But still the strength is just completely out of nowhere. Immediately following this, we have Yuji, who is by far the worst offender of this entire rule. Let's fucking talk about Yuji Itadori. Yuji is dog shit. He doesn't have a curse technique, doesn't know reverse curse technique, doesn't know how to do anything, and has been with Sukuna his entire cursed life. He has had him for about, I don't know how fucking long this story is, but I'm just gonna assume it's more than a month. Can we all collectively guess that? Let's all collectively guess that. It's been more than a month, and he's unlocked fucking nothing. He knows how to utilize cursed energy, and he has Divergent Fist. That's literally it. I wouldn't call that a cursed technique though, because he's still just fucking swinging. There are 4 elements in Yuji's character that decide to just appear. First of all is his backstory to Sukuna. Why? I get that they looked similar the entire time because of incarnation or whatever the fuck, and Sukuna's true form does kind of resemble Yuji if you like squint really hard and are also blind. But the thing is, it still doesn't have setup. Where did this shit come from? The furthest we get in this is Choso acting like he's brothers with Yuji, and we were told that's a false memory. So I don't get it. Also, I had to draw the dots for Kenjaku being father of Yuji. I still don't get that much, to be honest. Here's a chart. I cried looking at this. What is any of that? Yuji Itadori just doesn't suffer consequences and becomes him. He rivals strength of fucking Sukuna. Let's back that up. He goes from nothing and still not changing the entire lifespan to rivaling the strength of fucking Sukuna because of Black Flash. He hits 9 consecutive Black Flashes in this story. He hit 7 in one chapter alone, another one on Sukuna because he felt like it to awaken, and then another one on Sukuna because he also felt like it. Black Flash has turned from a cool little random kind of quirky thing to a plot device. What the fuck is going on? Excuse my language, I'm kind of losing my mind. Yuji just knows piercing blood, because why not at this fucking point, right? And also has access to reverse curse technique. I would have let that slide if it was just those two, because he had an entire month with both Choso and whoever the fuck. Don't remember his name. Don't really care. They both know blood manipulation, so they can kind of teach it to Yuji. And blood manipulation really helps with RCT. So you know what? Sure, I guess you could get that in a month if you were really depending on it. And considering the fact they were fighting fucking Sukuna, it is kind of a big threat. So you know what? Fine. You can have that, you sick son of a bitch. It's the latter half I have a problem with. Yuji is just like that. Because he wants to be. He gets his own version of cleave, let's back that up, his own cleave in the form of Shrine, because of his connection of being Sukuna's nephew. Despite that not making any fucking sense, he just has Shrine, because okay, and he also has these weird demon arms. I still don't really care for it, and it's never really elaborated on. He just has them, because he's like Sukuna's nephew, I guess? Where did they come from? What do they mean? Go fuck yourself. It's also at this point that we talk about Todo, who just comes into the story. He's the reason everyone survived this panic domain expansion, which Sukuna shouldn't even be able to do, but fucking ever, dude. It's too much going on. Todo comes back and gets an advanced version of Boogie Woogie, which is effectively infinitely fucking better than his previous one. The consequence of just high-fiving a mojito doesn't matter anymore. That was the biggest, riskiest play ever, and somehow Boogie Woogie still has a pulse. I fucking love that name, dude. After Sukuna panics out his second domain expansion, however, this is where the story takes a turn for the worst and what inspired me to make this video. Yuta Okuyasu was beating the fuck out of Kenjaku off screen, and he successfully murked him. Not really, it was the comedy man, but he double checked, so it's okay. And then we see Gojo again. Now after Sukuna has been hit with his fucking 9th Black Flash, I'ma be honest, I thought he was hallucinating. I thought that shit wasn't real. Until I saw the stitches. Another bad thing about this entire fight is that there's like a flashback after every other panel, and they do the same thing here. Talking about how the fuck any of this works, and apparently Yuta used Rika to eat Kenjaku. How am I supposed to be invested? It feels like the author himself doesn't care. All of this setup is just like non-existent, by the way. This shit just happens, and it really feels like the writers are getting lazy. They just want things to occur, they want to create hype, and they want it to be fucking over with. Yet for some reason, they don't pull the trigger at any point of the story. It feels like this manga's gonna last forever. I want it to be done with by like 270, but I'm scared it's gonna last till 300. At this point in the recording and manga, Gojiako fucking Kenjaku Yusu, or however the fuck, is popping his domain expansion against Sukuna's, and they're rivaling each other. It's like a fucking cinematic tie. It's 261, I think. Regardless, it just doesn't make any fucking sense, and I don't understand why we're still here. Just to suffer, I guess. Why does Okuyasu need to take over Gojo? Yuji was already kind of carrying. Hard carrying. He broke all of Ankuna's ribs and was fucking dominating him his entire match. After that second panic domain, it just doesn't need to happen. But they want to bring Gojo back, because, you know, fan service and whatever the fuck. It's like, why did you kill him anyway? I just dislike the direction the story's going into, and I wanted to voice that in today's video. That's kind of it. It was just kind of a tangent video. You know, like, I feel like there should be more to it. That's it. There's just no stakes anymore. And I'm really fucking upset about it. It's just like, what happened, you know? I recorded some stuff at the beginning of all of this because I realized I wasn't actually recording my fucking screen, so I'm just gonna put that on now while I roll the outro. No, this is actually really good. I'm so fine with this. Because now I can just start here. Hour 20 minutes in. I gotta remember that. That's okay. That's fine. Also, it seems like I'm pretty loud. I've been talking loud the whole time. So I'm gonna need to tune this down because I don't want to peak the mic every time. Satoru Gojo fucking dies. Okay, yeah. See, that's fine. It's okay. It works. Whatever. I was kind of rambling anyway, so to be honest, this is ideal. Yeah, this is good. This works. Okay. I'm okay with redoing the whole thing, to be honest. I'm really liking this essay format, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm probably just gonna put this as B-roll for the end. But I'm having a good time. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, because as much as I hate the fact that I have to re-say all this shit because I wasn't recording the screen, it is fun. I'm having a great time recording this, and if you guys want more video essays, let me know, because I do have a script here, but I'm kind of just half-assing it, you know, just kind of saying what I want to say. Watch JJK, dude. That shit's so good. The anime's so good. I wish the manga was better, but, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. Comment. Let me know what you think, because I honestly really like discussions like this. If you think the show's doing better than I said, then, you know, argue with me. Let me know. Keep it civil, though. Don't call anyone slurs. Don't say any threats. Just, you know, be chill. I'm gonna, like, yell a lot in this.